brand for our company, Hilton Worldwide. Welcome to Hilton San Francisco Union Square, the largest hotel in this beautiful city. It's really wonderful to have all of you with us in this magnificently decorated room. Invited guests, Hilton team members from across San Francisco, the United States, and visitors all the way from Asia. In particular, I would like to recognize the Honorable Mayor Edwin M, who we're delighted has been able to join us today. And we're equally delighted to welcome the Chinese Deputy Consul, Yi Xianrong. Thank you, gentlemen. Also with us today, we have officials from California Tourism, community partners, and tour operator partners who are all part of bringing the Chinese travelers to this great city. If you don't already know, the Chinese word for welcome is Huanying. And today we are launching Hilton Huanying, a new hotel service tailored to the needs of Chinese travelers visiting all corners of our Hilton world. From today, in 51 hotels in 13 countries, in cities as far apart as London, Sydney, Mexico City, Toronto, San Francisco, and New York, we will be offering unique services focusing on 3 key touch points of the Chinese traveler's hotel experience: their arrival, their guest room, and breakfast at Hilton. 4 hotels within this program, I'm pleased to say, are right here in the Bay Area. Hilton San Francisco Financial District, Hilton San Francisco Airport Bayfront, Hilton Santa Clara, and of course this hotel, Hilton San Francisco Union Square, to whom we are so grateful for hosting this event. And I'd like to welcome and recognize the team members from all those hotels who are also with us in the room today. This program is led by Hilton Hotels Resorts and will be available for participation to any hotel across our company's 10 brands. Let's take a closer look at Hilton Huanying.
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 Hilton has been an industry leader ever since our founder, Conrad Hilton, opened his first hotel more than 92 years ago. Conrad believed in the power of travel and tourism to bring people together. Today we continue his legacy of filling the earth with the light and warmth of hospitality by launching Hilton Huanying. This important program welcoming Chinese travelers from around the world is led by our flagship brand, Hilton Hotels and Resorts, and is available to all hotels across our 10 brands.
For generations, Hilton Hotels and Resorts has welcomed guests from around the world. With outbound tourism from China growing exponentially, we are introducing Hilton Huanying. This new program provides consistent amenity and service standards at participating properties to meet the needs of our most important Chinese travelers abroad. Hilton is growing at a record pace across Asia Pacific and China in particular. Equally important, we see dynamic growth both in the number of Chinese travelers from mainland China and guests of Chinese origin who live in other parts of the world. Hilton Huanying leverages our global expertise and more than 2 decades of experience in China. We are putting this insight to work at our hotels in key markets around the world. Huanying translates into welcome, and our goal is to provide an authentic and caring welcome for our Chinese guests as they explore the world. At the heart of Hilton Huanying is our brand promise, which is to ensure every guest feels cared for, valued, and respected.
Our Huanying program includes front office Hilton team members fluent in Chinese so that we can provide the warm, authentic welcome that travelers expect from Hilton. In the guest room, we're providing kettles with selections of Chinese teas available upon request, slippers, a dedicated television channel broadcasting Chinese programming, and a welcome letter in Chinese.
At these hotels, our breakfast at Hilton menu is expanded to include traditional Chinese breakfast items. Guests will find congee, fried rice, dim sum, fried dough fritters, and more. breakfast is a peak time for our restaurants and a key meal for our guests. Palates differ around the world, and it's important we provide familiar items our guests are seeking.
There is a great deal of affinity and trust for Hilton, both within China and around the world. And we have a tremendous responsibility to deliver on our brand promise and provide authentic hospitality for the millions of travelers who stay with us each year. We have a number of hotels currently enrolled in Hilton Huanying and expect this number to grow. Travelers can find a complete list of these hotels and additional information about the program on Hilton.com.
So as the video mentioned, China is part of a much greater story even for our company than just the launch of this program. Our aim is to be the first choice of Chinese travelers both across the world and within China itself. Today we have 18 Hilton Worldwide properties open in China, and that will rise to more than 100 within the next 5 years, more than half of which will be branded as Hilton. Last month, Hilton Honors, our global customer loyalty program, announced that it is to be the official hotel sponsor of the Chinese Olympic Committee and all its competing teams through to 2019. And just today we received the results of the annual BDRC survey in China of business travelers, which showed that Hilton is the #1 brand of choice for business travelers within China today. So we have a great platform and foundation. It's most fitting as well that we should be in this city today to launch this program. San Francisco has been a top city destination for Chinese travelers for many years. It's infused with Chinese culture and home to one of the largest Chinese populations in the Americas. And therefore a vital part of today is the participation of the city and the Honorable Mayor Edwin Lee. Mayor Lee is a great leader for San Francisco. He sees the opportunities for Chinese travel and tourism and is playing his part to welcome Chinese guests to San Francisco along with the rest of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayor Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Fly. Good morning. Huanying ni. I'm here to, of course, congratulate the Hilton for such a wonderful job in creating this program, because it complements what we've actually seen in our city, our great city of San Francisco. And as you know, we've been courting the Chinese tourists and the Chinese business people for quite so many years, and working very closely with our SF Travel. We've been just finished one of the greatest international powwows that we've ever hosted in our city. And thanks to the leadership of Michael Dunn and others who are the hotel leaders in this city, we had such a wonderful, successful international powwow that resulted in some 80,000 business appointments from all over the world, including delegates from China who came here. So I want to welcome Deputy Consul General Yi here today to join us. He knows very much that people are coming to the Consul General trying to think of ways in which whole groups of people can come here and experience the Bay Area in San Francisco and make the connections. But I'm here mainly because I wanted to see what the breakfast is all about. You know, if you've ever traveled to the Far East, and particularly to China, breakfast is, as the Hilton has described, one of the most important meals. People get up at 6 or 7 in the morning, even though they may have a full day of appointments going on. I've done that in my travels, and you know what happens? Because of the great menus that they have in the world-class hotels throughout China, and that Hilton wants to make sure that that same experience is brought here for our Chinese visitors to make it comfortable. What happens is that oftentimes Anita, my wife, will come join me at 7 in the morning, have that great breakfast, and go right back to the hotel and sleep when I do all the work. You know, that's how important the breakfasts are. And so the cultural connections, the welcoming at the at the front desk, the cultural competency with language. I was at the first day of school opening yesterday with about 2 different schools, and I told those students, you know, when people tell you you ought to learn 1 or 2 languages. You ought to learn 2 languages. Chinese and Spanish are probably the most important languages that our Bay Area schools can possibly continue teaching, because it allows all of our students to then join the tremendous workforce that we have, because the tourism is still our #1 revenue generating business in San Francisco and in the Bay Area. And to have the connection with this fantastic business, I know SF Travel knows that, and we continue to upgrade our Moscone Center and work with not only the traditional hotels like Hilton, but their new updating of each hotel. I want to go to every hotel that updates themselves, because you'll see that they're catering to the new visitors coming here. So we still have a great tourism industry in San Francisco. We have a wonderful hotel venues for all of them to visit. And then it begins also with a great international airport that we have. If you've not been to the airport, again, visit that airport, because you'll see how our international visitors marvel at the efficiencies of getting through the customs. It's great. You're not, I've seen a lot of other countries, and I've been there, where you've got your baggages and you see that long line that's going to be out there, and you kind of say, oh gosh, I wish there was someplace else to get through. And then you come to San Francisco's International Airport, and there is no lines. People are going through, they're zipping through there. And even some of the custom agents, they'll say, Huanying or Ni Hao, because they know the language. They know the people are coming in here. So we are an international city. We want to maintain that world-class feeling that we always have. And I really want to thank Hilton for this additional work that it's doing to maintain that world-class status. And so when you welcome the Chinese visitors, both for business and tourism, and you'll give them a good breakfast, because at the end of the day, they're also going to say, hey, we also want to visit Napa. What's this American steak all about? Get me to North Beach for some of that pasta you got. But the breakfast would be their traditional thing, and they'll really feel comfortable in doing that, and they'll come back. That's the main thing. We want visitors not only to experience the first visit, we want them to keep coming back, and there's a lot of business to be done. It's consistent with what our city's doing with our China SF program. If you haven't heard about that, we are courting Chinese businesses. We have over 5 of the major solar companies in China locating their offices here in Mission Bay already. And we have more to come. We're working on their banking business so that they could come here and establish banks, so that there's the trade that has to go on, and it'll be more comfortable for them. So thank you to Hilton. Congratulations on Hilton Huanying, and Huanying for everybody else here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those kind words. And I do pay testament to the quality of your airport as well. We come in and out of a lot of international airports, and you have it very well organized here. Thank you, Mayor Lee. So beginning today, this program launches worldwide. Also on our website, hilton.com, we have now dedicated sections of our website dedicated to this program, where you can find the hotels, explore the features and benefits of the program. For our press and media colleagues, we have an extension to our global media website called the Hilton Global Media Center, which is now built in Chinese as well as English for Chinese media who are following this story. And we have a couple of events organized in Beijing and Shanghai in early September. Thank you again to the Chinese Deputy Consul also for joining us today. Now, of course, the best way to understand Hilton Huanying is to experience it. And I'm pleased to say, with the help of Michael and his team at the hotel, we've created 3 dynamic interactive stations at the back of this room, which we're going to reveal to you in a moment, where you can actually go and see, and best of all taste, hotel arrival, guest room environment, and the breakfast at Hilton experience. So you will get to taste some of those fabulous Chinese breakfast items. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to be the first to experience Hilton Huanying. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please make your way to the back of the room. There's some food treats and some other displays that we've laid out for you. Thank you so much for coming today.